Okay, so we are going to take a few minutes to watch a video. This is a candid video from a real classroom during a transition time. Everything in this video it's not all perfect, but it is all real. And so some things I want you to look for, and we'll have some boxes that pop up with words in them to help you kind of point out what we want you to look at. But just think about the use of schedules and the strategies that we've talked about today as you go through. If you're watching this as a recording, you may want to stop it and go back a couple times. It's a little bit hard to catch everything. It's like I said, it's a real classroom and there are things happening pretty quickly in real time.
It's time to check schedules.
But we're
Yes,
just
one more. Listen, you have one more. Let's look at the schedule. You have one more. And then it's time for snack. Yes, almost snack time. One more. Check your schedule. Go see.
But I'm hungry.
And look at your schedule and see what snack is. Go look.
You can go check your schedule. The Santa tell Waxon loves cuddle. I'm just hungry.
Yep. What is that?
For snack yet?
Let him. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time for snack yet?
Rexton, I'm at your badge. Okay, Rexton.
I know you're hungry. I know. It's almost time for snack. Thank you for checking your schedule nicely.
But we have to have snack. We get circle time off
For
the
the whole
way.
thing.
At 9:20 we have snack.
But
Good job. Let's go.
But snack time. But
Nice
but
job.
snack time.
Do you want the game or the stand first?
This is. You let it.
Find your chair. You're doing great. Yeah, that one's yours. Have a seat, please.
I'm saying you don't need to about so waiting for you, okay?
Okay, please know what's coming. I'm gonna take these.
It is time.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Are you gonna earn your big
Good job.
M or a
She's
little
on
one?
the engine.
Which one do you want? A big one or a little one?
Hi, Braxton. What are we playing today?
Let's go to school. I'm hungry.
We can have a snack at 9:20. 18 more minutes. My turn.
I said I'm hungry, please.
It was a game or Sam's?
Dash, as soon as you're at your table, you can get your gummy bear and your points. Check it. Are you earning a big M&M
What are you drinking?
or points? I'm gonna get my points out so people over at the table can get points.
Stand or do
Oh, you can give us a gummy bear.
Addison, can I scan your card for being at your station ready to order?
But it's not here.
Oh, I think you're missing yours. Let me find it.
Keep missing my pen, and I don't know why.
Did you want the Play-Doh with it? Okay, yes or no?
Okay, Addison, I gave you a point. Matthew, can I scan your card for being at your station? Okay,
we're on.
Did you bring your iPad?
thank you.
Go see if your iPad's in your backpack. Go look.
Shop. Josh, where should you be?
Go look and see. I don't know if you guys did it all.
Are you making a red choice or a green choice?
Green choice.
Okay, then go to your station. Take the chair up and go to your station.
Oh, I guess what I said.
You need to go check your
Where
schedule.
does this
You both,
Thank you, Bash. Good choice.
you both. No, I'm gonna start.
As soon as you're at your station, I'm going to choose a gummy bear for you. Addison, you're still at your station? Addison and Matthew, can you get your whiteboards out and practice writing your whole name? Practice writing all of your name. Okay, I'll give you one next time. You see that's already your job. Thank you. Okay, I have a green M&M.
Yeah, Miss Matthew.
When you check your schedule.
You
Come on.
both.
Good job. Now write Prince Herrick. Come on, walk with me. Come on, let's go. Thank you, Matthew. Come on, let's go. Let's go check the schedule.
Hey, catch your notes.
Okay, so a couple things I wanted to point out about that video. First of all, it was pajama day, and you might have recognized somebody in the video. That was my real life classroom. And everything wasn't perfect. There was a little bit too much adult talking at one point. There were some times where I thought, why didn't I use a visual for that? And I also wanted to point out that I had my phone out because we had a positive behavior intervention support PBIS system in our school where students earned points And so a lot of my students at this point really, really liked that. And I needed to pair it with immediate reinforcement in the moment. But that's what I was doing with my phone, just in case you were wondering. And there were a lot of things to think about in that video. So not only student schedules, but like Jenny was talking to us about prompting, moving up and down the prompting hierarchy, and reinforcement was really important. We couldn't stop reinforcing just because they were using those skills. And then there were some students who you saw not doing the right thing, and they needed that reminder of what reinforcement was coming. And then there was the young man who never really did do what he was supposed to do, even when I was moving up and down the prompting hierarchy. And you didn't get to see how that ended. But just if you're watching this with someone else or with a team or even by yourself, you might pause it for a minute or even go back and watch it again and just think about what did you learn? What did you see? Did you watch the happy dance at the beginning? Because that's one of my favorite parts. There was a happy dance in there. And then thinking about the different kinds of schedules that students had. So there was the young man who was doing the happy dance at the beginning. He went to his cubby and he picked up like a book box, and it had his schedule on a clipboard in it. So he had a portable schedule that he was successfully using. Several other students have a checkbox schedule that was on a clipboard, and you saw those they were stationary at their cubbies, like I mentioned earlier in the training. One student had kind of an unusual checkbox. I was working toward a checkbox schedule, but he wasn't quite there. So his icons on the same type of schedule on a clipboard actually pulled off still. He was the student that was assisted by his peer, the young man in the blue Spider-Man shirt. But he did have kind of a unique schedule that he's the only student I ever used that schedule for, because he needed that step in between. And then the youngest student, he was new to the classroom. He hadn't been there very long, and he was still back at the pull it off one at a time Velcro schedule that you saw. So there were a wide variety of schedules that we were using and moving students through.